Okay, so hello friends. Today we are going to learn about Android project structure. What is the Android project structure and where is the Android project structure? That things we are going to learn today. So basically, whenever you create any new project in Android Studio, you can see this left side window here. So let's understand this structure. So here you can see in this window, this tab is for project structure. You can navigate from one folder to another folder, from one file to another file from this project window. This is, we can say, this is the Android project structure. So here you can see it's Android selected. So from this window we can select different options. We can select project, we can select packages. So let's select project. So after selecting project, you can see here the project name is tutorials and the project name is hello world in tutorials folder, and this is the project location path. So let's explore it. So this is the Android project structure. First of all, this is the Gradle file that we don't need to touch right now. Idea file don't need to touch, but the main file, the main folder is this app folder. Okay, so let's see what is there inside app folder. First of all, it's libs folder. Libs stands for libraries. Okay, so libs folder क्या होता है? If anytime you required any external files, any external .jar files, jar file are the collection of inbuilt classes that helps you in your application to complete some features or to provide some functionality in your applications. We have to put jar files in this libs. So libs folder is basically used for library files. Okay, so that's the lib folders. Okay, and below it, it's src folder. Src stands for sources. This is the main folder. Okay, so let's see what's there inside. Android test, this we will understand later. Right now you have to understand src folder, that it contains main folder. Ignore this Android test and test for now. Let's check out what is inside main folder. So here you can see two main folders. The first one is Java and the next one is resources folder. Okay, RES stands for resources. Now Java folder, Java package is the collection of Java classes. We can say the Java classes resides in this Java folder. You can see this is the main activity dot Java. So let's open this. Java package contains your projects packages. For example, this is the com package which is contain example, and example package contain hello world package. So inside that we can see our Java class, that is main activity dot Java. So this is the Java file. Okay, activity file which has its own layout. Okay, that we have studied in our previous lecture. Okay, so this is just simple Java folder which contains Java file. Okay, we can create here different packages, and for example we are going to create adapters, then we can create here adapter package and have to put adapter files in that package. If we are going to create any model class or Pojo class, then we have to create here package name Pojo or model, and we have to put that Pojo or model class in that package. We can also create activity package and can put this activity in that package. So this creating package is not mandatory, but for the suitable project structure of the Android. Okay, so that's all about Java folder. So the next folder, the next package is RES. RES stands for resources. Okay, there are many resources which we are using in creating Android application. For example, images, okay, images, string files, string resources, color resources, okay, dimensions that we have to specify. So let's see what is inside it. Okay, so we have just opened up resource package, and inside that we can see the drawable folder, drawable with 24, layout folder, and bitmaps, and this is the values. Okay, so let's first of all understand what drawable folder is. Drawable folder contains saved drawables or images that will be used in your Android application. Here you can see IC launcher background.xml. So drawable mainly used for creating saved drawables, that is the XML file. So this is IC launcher.background, and this is also an XML file. Okay, here you can check out, this is XML file. Let's me do it split view. So this is the XML code for this particular image. Okay, so XML file or any image you can put in this drawable folder, but it's recommended that you use drawable XHDPI, drawable double XHDPI, drawable triple XHDPI for putting high resolution images. Okay, same way this bitmap folder structure is also same as drawable, but let me tell you one thing. Instead of putting image in drawable folder, you can put it in drawable triple XHDPI or bitmap triple XHDPI. Okay, if you are going to put any bigger images, then you don't require to put all that images for this specific folders. You just have to put a bigger resolution image in this bitmap triple XHDPI folder. So what is HDPI, what is MDPI, what is XHDPI, what is double XHDPI, and what is triple XHDPI? This is the different screen resolution dimension. For example, let's open this IC launcher round.png. So you can see here its size is 192 by 192 PNG. Okay, and in double XHDPI its size is 144 by 144. In XHDPI its size is 96 by 96. So bitmap is basically used for storing images which is required in developing your Android application. So that's all about bitmap folder. Now let's understand about layout folder. What layout folder is? So in our previous lecture we have studied that every activity has its own UI. Okay, that UI we called it XML file, layout file. So that reside in this layout package. This is activity underscore main.xml. Let me open it up. Okay. The system is little bit hanging right now. Okay. So here you can see this is the main activity, and you can see the method set content view r.layout.activity underscore main. So that reside in this layout package activity underscore main. Okay, this is palette and component tree. So let's understand what this layout is. See, here you can split this layout also. This is the code for layout, that means this is the XML file, and this is the design view. So layout folder contains activity XML file. Okay, so that's a layout folder. Okay, so let's understand now what values folder contains. Okay, values folder contains color resources, string resources, diamond resources, attributes, etc. So here you can see 3 files currently. colors.xml, strings.xml and styles.xml. Okay, for example, here you can see a text view. Text view, you can see the text is there, hello world. This is the hello world. Okay, let me make something bigger. So to make it bigger, I have to provide text size here 40 sp. Okay, but you can see that this text attribute contains hello world string statically typed here. Okay, so I don't need to write it here. It's a string, so we can use string resources. So what is the use of this string.xml file? For example, same string in your Android application, if same string is using multiple times or same string is using in multiple screens, in multiple activities, then what you have to do, you just have to make string resource here str checkout. So this file contains name for the string and its value checkout, and this string resource we can use it in our layout file in text view. How? @string str checkout. So checkout is displaying here. So what is the use of this string resources file? Basically, as I have told you, that if I have used same strings in multiple string and do not take string resources like this, then if there any change requirement, for example, सपोज करो कि पहले हमने चेकआउट टेक्स्ट रखा है और ये जो चेकआउट टेक्स्ट है वो 10 से 20 जगह पे रखा है हमारी एंड्रॉइड एप्लीकेशन में, तो अगर हमने ऐसे स्टैटिकली लिखा होता तो सभी जगह हमें चेंज करने की जरूरत पड़ती. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, चेकआउट का चेक मी आउट करना होता तो सभी जगह 20 जगह में जाके स्टैटिकली टाइप करना पड़ता. बट व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दिस स्ट्रिंग रिसोर्सेज फाइल? If there is change requirement, then I just click this, and if I do this, then it will reflect at every place where this string resource is used. Okay, so this is all about string resources. Same way color resources. So यहाँ पे भी आप जैसे string resources की वैल्यू दी थी, वैसे हम कस्टम कलर बना सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कलर टेक्स्ट व्यू, let me make it red. Okay, this is the hexadecimal value, red, green and blue, and prior we can give alpha value. Okay, we currently not required to give it. So let's pass text color color text view. Okay, so color is applied. So this is all about color resources, and this is the style. Okay, style.xml file contains, so we can create our own style. For example, let me create my own style, that is name style style text view. Okay, and here item name is equal to width is I can give wrap content or match parent. Let's do another property, that is height wrap content. Let's give another property, text color. See, here we can also use color resources in our style file. Color text view I have passed, let's use text size, that is 40 deep 40 sp. Let's pass text. At the here we can also use string resources, str checkout, and okay, now let's apply this style to our text view. So this all is not necessary. Style is equal to style text view. Style text view. Okay, so here you can see same display from these properties. Okay, so this is for creating custom style. Why styles is needed? For example, here is one registration form and same text view with the same properties are repeating more than once, then we can create this style and can pass this style property in text view. So we have understood about colors.xml, strings.xml and styles.xml. So this resides in values package, and values package is inside our res package. So mainly res package is containing drawable resources, map resources, layouts and values resources. Okay, here we can also create one another resource XML, that is diamond.xml. So let's new value resource file, that is diamond.xml. Okay, so we have just created diamond.xml. Diamond name is equal to text view. Let me create font size 40 and I can pass here 40 sp. Let me create another diamond value, that is diamond 40 and 40 dp. Dp stands for density pixel and sp is for scale pixel. For text view we are using scale pixel, and for other controls we are going to use dp, that is density pixel. So I can also use the diamond resources here. For example, here I have to pass text size. If we not created style, then we can write text size here. So text size, see here we can use diamond resources in this way, @diamond font size 40. Okay, instead of writing like this 40 sp, we can use @diamond 40. So why diamonds is useful? If there is multiple text view or multiple controls that contains same dimension, then instead of writing statically everywhere 40 sp or 40 dp, we can use this diamond resource file by using @diamond. Okay, so I think that's clear. So let's use it in our style. Instead of passing this 40 sp, can use diamond 40, and that will be reflect in our layout file. So simple, we have learned about style resources, string resources, diamond resources and color resources. Okay, so this is all about resource folder. And one more thing, resource folder. Okay, it's clear. So let's now look in this XML file. What is Android manifest.xml? Okay, Android manifest.xml file is inside our main package. Okay, src package contains main package. See, this is our project folder. Inside that is F folder, and in F folder we have seen about src folder. Src folder contain main folder, and main folder has Java files folder and resources folder. Okay, resources folder we have seen drawable resources, map resources, values resources, and layout file. Now let's see about Android manifest.xml file. So Android manifest.xml file is a configuration file. Okay, application configuration file is known as Android manifest file. It contains details about our application. It's an XML file. Okay, so it starts with the manifest tag. That means it starts with the XML tag, but this is the namespace. Okay, so manifest file is start with the manifest tag, which contains XML_ns. XML_ns is the namespace, contains the package info. Okay, then you can see here the first tag is application tag. Application tag contains the information about our application. There are different properties there in this tag, such as allow backup for backupping. It contains boolean value true or false. Then icon for our application. Once we run our application, the application is going to be installed in our device, and you can see icon, whatever icon you have specified here. See, @mipmap IC launcher. So this IC launcher icon is resides in this mipmap folder, which will be applied to our application. Okay, the next property is label. Label is used for giving application name. This app_name is inside string resources. You can see here string app name is hello world. Okay, simple. We can also specify round icon. So round icon, image from mipmap folder. Support RTL. So what is supports RTL? RTL means right to left. Okay, if we are developing any Android application which contains languages like say Arabic languages. Okay, so they write from right to left. Normally we are English, we are writing from left to right. So to support that languages, to support features from right to left, we have to make this boolean value to true. Okay, support RTL true. Okay, the next property is theme, Android theme. This is the theme for your application, which resides in style. The style name is ftheme. Okay, this style we have created custom for our text view, and this is inbuilt style. Okay, the style name is ftheme. The parent is specified here, and this is the properties for style. That is the primary color, primary dark color, and accent color. Okay, so this is the application tag property, and every application has one or more than one activities. Okay, what is activity? That we have seen our previous lecture. If we create here another activity, then that activity tag also appear here. For example, here let me create one new activity, that is empty activity. Let me name it second activity. The layout will be named as activity_second. So finish. Okay, so you can see this is the another file, second.activity, in our manifest file you can see this tag, activity tag, second activity. Okay, but in our main activity you can see this is the intent filter tag. So what is the intent filter tag? So whenever we launch our application, you can see there's a splash screen, there's a launcher screen. So how it will be decided? For that, this intent filter is used. It contains action tag and category tag. The action we have specified here is intent.action.main, which comes from Android package, and category is category.launcher. So by this, it will decide that which activity will run first, which activity will launch first. So for that, this intent filter is used. If we cut this from here and put in this activity tag, then first and second activity will be launched. Okay. In activity tag, we can also give different properties. For example, if you want to make your activity on for only port 8, then we can give here screen orientation portrait, screen orientation landscape. Okay, so there are different properties, and this is the closing tag for application. Okay, so this is all about application and activity tag. What else in this Android manifest file? Here we can give permission that requires in our application. If we are using any internet related things in our application, then we must have to specify internet permission. So by uses permission tag, we can pass different permissions: storage permission, internet permission, etc. Okay, so this is all about Android manifest file, a configuration file for your application. Okay, so far we have studied about project name, F folder, SRC folder, main folder, and inside main folder Java resources folder, and Android manifest file. Okay, this is git ignore. You might not require to study about this. This is for git repositories, app.iml file. This is build.gradle file. This is application level build.gradle file. There are two build.gradle files. This is the first and this is the second. This is project level build.gradle file, and this is application level build.gradle file. Here you can see the application configuration. For example, plugin name, and here is the Android tag, compile SDK version, build tools SDK versions, and this is the default configuration section. Okay, minimum SDK version, target SDK version, and this is the application ID. So this is application level build.gradle file. Let's see this project level build.gradle file. It contains build script section, repositories, and dependencies. Okay, what dependencies is we will study in next lecture. This is gradle.properties file. Okay, and last, this is external libraries. This is external library files. That these are the classes which requires to develop your Android application. Okay, so hope you understood this structure of developing Android application, the Android project architecture, Android Studio project architecture. So if you have any doubt, you can comment in section or contact me. Okay, so this is clear project structure. In next lecture, we are going to study about intent and its navigation between activities, okay, and other controls. Thank you. Okay, bye bye.